on Know Your Entrepreneur Traits, and he's asked me to brief out about the book and write a foreword to it, which I thought was honor to me, and I accepted it. While talking about the book, it is definitely a pleasure to mention some of the facts mentioned in Know Your Entrepreneurial Traits by Dr. Kailas Kadu, who has tried to put some of the facts related to the attitude of an individual. Of course, some of it reflects in one or the other occasions. The entrepreneurial model is in the form of a game of shooting a target from different distance. It dissipates a view of the traits possessed by an individual on its way to become a successful entrepreneur. There are in all 16 chapters in the book. The important focus is on the entrepreneurial traits like decision making, risk taking, speed of action, innovation, planning, goal setting, benchmarking, etc. The whole book is divided into two parts. The first 6 chapters are devoted to the general aspect of managers, decision making, managing risk and the risk level, etc. The second half of the book is totally devoted and committed to the shooting of the game. The basic objective of the game is to know about the decision making and the risk taking capacities and capabilities of the individual. Though the game is well presented in the book, it suffers from some limitations which has been clearly mentioned by him. I know Dr. Kadu very well. He belongs to a rural background. He is being very hardworking, honest, and he's made a sincere attempt to write the book, the title of which is Know Your Entrepreneur Traits. I hope this piece of literature will be useful for the students from management, engineering, architecture, medicine and other discipline as well. I mean to say people from all walks of life. It is also advisable to provide him with a feedback. Actually, a feedback form is given at the end of the book. The author would be most happy if you provide the feedback about the book after going through it. Thank you very much. I wish Dr. Kadu all the best in his endeavor and wish him success in his professional life. Thank you.
Yes, welcome friends. I welcome you to this management game on entrepreneurship. Now at the outset, let me explain about this target. You see, target is one of the part of this game in which there are different radii. These different concentric circles, they are having different scores, that is marks, which have already been mentioned there. For example, say, if you consider the center of this target, so we have given plus 5 as the score to the center of the target, and then that particular right leg minus 5, then grey leg plus 10, again right leg minus 10, and the blue and last leg is plus 20. Now this particular portion, it is minus 20. This means if you shoot at this particular point, then you will be given minus 20 marks. Okay, so this is about this particular target. This is the limiting border. This dark line is the limiting border. If you fail to target within this particular limiting boundary, you will be given score, maybe minus or plus. But if in case you fail and if you hit here in this particular part, then you will be out of the game. No other chances will be given to you. And as per the rules of the game, you will be given 10 minutes and you have to fire 10 shots. And then score will be added, and then that particular final score will be declared. So this is all about the set, and it is very simple, I think, to understand. Now let us consider this another part of this set, that is the steps. Now let us consider this particular distance. See, this is 5 feet here. This particular distance on the ground is 5 feet. That is the distance from this target to this particular part. Then here is 10 feet. Here is 15 feet. And the distance which is allowed to shoot the target is minimum 20 feet. As a player, he has to stand on this 20 feet distance minimum. And then he may move forward. Sorry, he may move backward accordingly. So this is the 20 feet distance, and as per the rule of the game, he has to stand on this particular ribbon. His feet, it should be on the ribbon, and then he has to shoot the particular target. So let us consider this stage. This is the first step, which is 1 feet above the ground. Second step, 2 feet above the ground. Third, 4, and the last step, the fifth one is 5 feet above the ground. As per the rules of the game, if a particular player stands on this particular distance of 20 feet and shoot a target in the center, then he will be given 20 multiplied by 5, total 100 score. So this is his first position. So accordingly, he has to fire 10 different shots and the total score will be calculated. If he decides to stand on this particular stage, that is step number 1, then he will get the same score, but 5 marks shall be deducted from his total score, because he is utilizing this particular step to fire a shot, and accordingly the scores will be given. So this is everything about the steps and the set. For the convenience of the player, we have fixed the ribbon so that he can find the distance from where he is going to fire the particular shot. So it is for the convenience of the player. The game is very simple. And I hope that the players will enjoy this game. So it is very easy to know the entrepreneurial traits of the individual. So this is an attempt to know about the entrepreneurial traits or skill an individual possesses. Start. And we have to observe the motion. Now he is ready to fire first shot. He fired first shot. Now let us see where it hits. We have given him 10 minutes and he has to fire 10 shots in 10 minutes. Now we are recording the observation in this sheet. He has fired. Now the third shot he has fired. It is at plus 10. He got the score. It is clearly visible on the screen. Now he is ready to fire the fourth shot. Now let us observe his motion. Now he is changing his distance. Decision he is taking from where to shoot. The fifth shot. He fired the fifth shot. Now let us see where it hits. So the fifth shot at minus 10 means he is losing the marks at the fifth shot. Now he fires the sixth shot. And the sixth shot is at plus 10, means he is gaining the score. And it will be clearly visible in the table shown ahead. Eighth shot. Now he is trying for ninth shot. And the last shot. Well, now let us analyze the game played by the first player. So now we are having the score sheet of the first player, and the score has been mentioned in the table. So the total number of shots, here we find 10 shots are there, and the distance, it has also been mentioned, and the target score is here. Here we have a total score and the grand total is given here. Now if we consider carefully all the 10 shots and the score related to it, we find that number of shots, first shot, he got 400 score, again 400, again 400, 800. But if you consider the fifth shot, you will find here that he is losing the mark, and the 350 he is losing. Similarly, in the sixth shot also, he is also losing 350 marks. Next, 7th shot, he got 600. 8th shot, he got 600. Again 600. Then the last shot. Now, here shoot the target from the, I think, from the step. That is from the 5th step, and he loses 25 marks. So total score for the 10th shot is 375, and total score comes to 4,175. Now let us consider this by way of the graph. So we have plotted a graph accordingly, taking score on the y-axis and number of shots on the x-axis. Now, since the first 3 shots, the score is same, then a development is observed here and it is coming down. So this is somewhat a big area is observed where the progress is hinders, or there is a negative progress is observed, and again there is a development, and then development continues, but it is something, a parallel development is observed and not upward trend is observed. So this is just analysis of the first player. But a point of consideration is why a particular player has fired a shot so that he got a negative marks. So this is the area which is to be taken into consideration. So this is about the analysis of the first player. Let us have a pictorial diagram. Here we find that there are 4 quarters: first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and the fourth quarter. Again, we are analyzing the first player only. Now here, the total score of the first player is 4,175. So he is lying somewhere in the third quarter. It shows a good sign of the improvement, but still a scope for improvement is always there, since he has not reached to the fourth quarter. So scope of improvement is always there. As the score goes from 0 to 7,100, we find there is increasing entrepreneurial traits. Now, the second player. The second player is taking aim at a particular point of the target and he fires a shot. So I think this is the first shot. This is the second shot of player 2. And the score has already been marked in the score sheet or the score table. Next shot. We have already provided him 10 minutes for 10 shots, and each and every player has to follow the rules of the game. The score for each shot, it has been clearly mentioned in the score sheet or the score table. I think this is the 5th shot by player 2. Next shot. Yes, all 10 shots of player 2 is over. Now let us analyze the second player. This is the score sheet of second player. Again the same thing, 1 to 10 shots, and the total score a player got. For example, say first shot he is losing 400 marks. Second shot he is losing 350 marks. Then he is getting 350, 700, 800, and likewise. So total score comes to be 4,100. Now let us consider the graph. In this graph, what we observe that development is observed, and then again the graph is increasing, going up, going up, going up. But here, this is the area where some weakness is observed, and it is going down. Means he is losing the marks. Again, a parallel progress is there, and a little development is observed. So this is the area which needs to be concentrated. That why the score goes down. Now let us consider the pictorial analysis. Now let us see in which particular quarter the second player stands. first quarter, second quarter, third quarter and fourth quarter. Since the player got 4,100 total score, he is again in the third quarter. So this is what analysis of the second player.
Now let us observe the game played by third player. First shot by the third player. Certainly we are going to analyze the entrepreneurial traits by way of score sheet and graphical analysis. Now, third player. Next shot by the third player, taking aim at a particular target. He fired a shot, ready for next shot, fired a shot. Same, we have provided him 10 minutes for 10 shots. Again, another shot by the player. He is ready for next shot. And the last shot by the third player. So here it hits. So the game of third player is over.
Now let us have an analysis of the game played by the third player. Same table, first to 10 shots. Let us see how much is the total score. The particular thing what I have observed is only first player he has taken aim from a particular step. But no other player has taken or fired a shot from the steps. They have just used the ground for firing a shot. Now let us consider here. First shot 400, 400, 400, again 400. But here these two, there is fifth and sixth shot, is losing marks. Again the last shot is losing marks 350 and total comes to be 650 only. Let us analyze this by way of the graph. Now let us see. This is the first shot, score of second shot, third and fourth. A small progress is observed and then this is the big area. Very big area is there where the score comes down and the graph comes down. Again one hill is there, again one there is there, again one hill is there, again one there is there. So this is somewhat a critical situation where a stress is observed, or we can say that somewhere there is a lacuna in the decision making process by way of which he is getting a less score. Now let us have a pictorial analysis. Let us see in which quadrant this player comes. Again 4 quadrants are there. Since the score is very less, that is 650, the player stands in the first quadrant. There is of course a scope for improvement. Less score may be because of the stress, maybe because of the strength, maybe because of a decision making skill or whatsoever the reason is. But we have to accept that score is less and of course there is a scope for improvement.
Now let us observe the movement and the game played by fourth player. This is the trial shot by the fourth player. He is taking aim. Now let us see where it hits and let us consider how much score he gets. The second shot by the fourth player. Here I have seen that except the first player, no other player has made use of the steps for firing a shot, maybe because of the reason of losing the score. He fired a shot and now taking decision to fire third shot. Ready for third shot. And all the observations we have already tabulated, and we have come up with the total score of each player. Ready for fifth shot. Now let us see where it hits. He fired a sixth shot. Now 3 shots remain. This is the seventh one. He fired a seventh shot. This is eighth one. I think he fired all the shots, 10 shots.
Let us see how much score he got. Again the same table. First to 10 shots. Let us consider the first shot is getting 400 marks. Again 400 marks. Again 400, 700, 700. But for last 2 shots, 300, 300, and last 10 shot is losing 200 marks. So the total score, it comes out to be 3,600. Now let us analyze it by way of the graph. See the first shot. In this particular case, what we observe that a progress is there, then a parallel graph is there, again a little development is there, again a parallel graph is there which is parallel to x-axis, then again it is decreasing, again it is decreasing. So this is the area somewhere where we find that some problematic areas are there where the player is not getting the marks to the required extent. And now let us analyze it by way of the pictorial analysis. It is the last picture here. Again the 4 quarters, first, second, third and fourth. The player got 3,600 marks and he is standing in the third quarter. Third quarter can be taken as a healthy sign of progress, that he is below the mid mark. Still there is a scope for improvement, but if a player comes in first quarter or second quarter, then we can prima facie say that it lacks communication skill, maybe decision making skill or entrepreneurial traits of any sort. So this is about the analysis of the 4 players.
Hello. Now we have gone through the clipping and we came to know from the different score of different entrepreneurs, those who have played the game, that different individuals, they have got their different entrepreneurial traits. And it is clear from the fact that the graph for different entrepreneurs changes. It is easy to practice such type of games to know one's own capabilities and decision-making abilities and several others entrepreneurial traits. Know thyself is the very important part of, in everyone's life regarding the career. I shall know myself before I undertake any adventure. We generally come across different fortune tellers. We find advertisement in the newspapers regarding letting known our fortune, and we have to go to that particular person, we have to pay him huge fee, and we have to come to know about our fortune. But this is all unscientific, I think. But if we practice such type of games, certainly we can come to know about our traits. And this game can be very easily practiced anywhere. You can also simulate the things in a group. It can be very well practiced. And I have my friendly request to come up with some new sort of such type of games that can be developed by you also. One interesting fact I would like to mention that generally in rural areas, in weekly markets, we find the persons carrying parrots in a cage, and he took out the parrot, and parrot took out one particular page, and that parrot owner, he reads that particular page, and it is supposed that that is the fortune of the person. But still it has also got unscientific base. But if we play such type of games, certainly it will be a great thrill for us, and it will be a great knowledge for us for our future career. I have also given the feedback in the book, and I request everyone to send me the feedback, and your constructive criticisms are always welcome. Thank you very much. Thank you.